on this wave. I stuck on her, and I ended up catching her flash for it, which worked out in my favor. But if a gank had been coming, I would have been way overextended, and I probably would have died. So looking at that now, I probably would make a different decision just to be more safe. Because you don't want to let a Kayle snowball. Now, Kayle turns on her E again, and I'm going to count. And I know that it's that 10 seconds. So I am safe once it's off. I can farm with no harass at all. At this point, though, she knows what I'm waiting for. She knows I want her to step in again because she has no ult or flash. She knows that I'm looking to go in on her. So she's playing passive and waiting for me to push. And I'm going to zone her. And I'm going to try my best to not push hard. Because I told Diana in chat to come top for an easy gank. Because she needs to start snowballing because she's doing absolutely terrible. She's down 30 CS. LeBlanc's 3-0. She's 2-3. It's a mess. So I know if I can get her snowballed, things will be okay. So I told her to come top, and I'm trying to not necessarily freeze the wave, but just to keep it moving slow until Diana gets here. So you see Diana come in. I missed a minion there. Just bad. So she turns the E on. We waited about 3 seconds. You see Diana Q. The Q hits, so I Q in, E, and we get the kill. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. And Diana could have snowballed from that. She unfortunately did not, but it does not hurt ever to try. This part here, I should have backed, and I did not, and we decided to go ham and try and fight this LeBlanc Rengar, and we actually could have won. We won the trade, as you'll see here. And right here, I should have backed off. I should have looked at it and said, alright, we won that fight. Diana has no mana. They're both at a 3rd health and have to back. All is well. But, we stay. And you're going to see, right here, Kayle's going to teleport back up. And I'm going to end up dying. So, that's just one of those things. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. You're going to catch me right there. I'm just fast forwarding real fast because that's not relevant to the topic that you all asked for. So, as I fast forward, I built Phage. It's important to know why I built the Phage first, and that's because Irelia builds Triforce first. Double Doran's Triforce is very standard. Now, I know, and I got a little ahead of myself right there, I know that the biggest thing I need to be able to do against the ranged champion is stick to them once I actually jump on them. So when I close that gap, I need to be able to stick. So, that's exactly what I did. I allowed myself to stick by building Phage and properly using my attack moves. So I'm going to Q to that minion. She's going to step in and try and hit the back line. And I'm just going to E on her because I can tank these minions and sustain it off. It's not an issue for me. She can't necessarily do that. So I'm going to take this trade and I'm going to get her ult. So you're going to see she's going to ult right there. I'm going to back off, take a turret shot, but that's not a big deal because I can sustain it between my Flask and my W and my double Dorans. It's not an issue at all. So I'm going to go ahead and I forced her to back, and that's a hugely won trade because now I get all this CS for free. I have nobody to compete with me for it. I get all this experience. She loses experience. It's a good thing for me. This is a good position to be in, especially when you look at the fact that I'm up 112 CS to 94 as melee versus ranged. So I'm gonna look through again. There's not really too much else to go over in this video. She's gonna come back into lane. I'm not gonna back because why should I? I have very good mana. I have very good health at the moment. I have my ward up here. It's fresh. It's not going anywhere. So, this is the last trade I'm going to talk about. And this is one more very good example of how you should trade as melee versus ranged. I know with my gap closer that if this turret hits a minion, I can Q it and get the reset. So, I position myself back to bait her up. And bait her I did. So you're going to see I'm going to Q to the minion. I'm going to get the reset. I'm going to E her. Now, I have phage at this point. So you'll see, I'm going to step from here, up, and then hit her again. I'm going to attack move, just like I would with an ADC. Okay? And that gets me behind her now, instead of just standing right next to her. And bam, all of a sudden she's down to, you know, a few hundred health, and I still have pretty much full health. She just got back to lane, and all of a sudden she is in a terrible, terrible position. And against an Irelia, that's not a position you want to be in, because Irelia is very bursty when she has her combo up. So it's pushing in, and I'm just going to zone her some more. And it's just basically free CS, free experience for me. We ended up losing this game because at this point, Kayle is going to say, screw this lane, I'm going to go team fight at Dragon. And I should have followed, and I did not. So what ended up happening was they got they had already gotten ahead in Dragon Gold. They had gotten ahead bot lane and mid. You can see the 5-1 Lucy, and you can see the 3-1 LeBlanc. Some games are very hard to come back from and not winnable, and you have to accept that, and it didn't help that my team began to rage. But nonetheless, this lane phase is a very good example of how to play melee versus ranged, how to use your gap closers, how to take advantage of their positioning errors, and trade when it's advantageous to you. So I hope that you took something away from this. For those of you that are low elo, there's a lot that you can watch in this one video and learn. Farming under tower is a big one. Trading in disadvantageous matchups is a big one. Understanding when you're okay to tank minions and when not. Understanding your power spikes. These are all things that will help you. And if people like this video, I'm more than happy to do more. I play a lot of Irelia now, so if anyone wants videos specific to her, I would recommend Irelia carries you first, but I'm more than happy to do a few as well. So I hope that